I have the pleasure of speaking to a friend. How did we meet, Mo?
As in, long story. Are you ready to listen?
Well, we met in Abuja, right?
NYSC, we're both in trouble.
Troublemakers. Why were we
Yes,
in trouble?
for skipping CDS. God knows what we were doing.
What were we doing? I didn't know
No,
you, so I don't know what you were doing. I came to the
I
US.
had a good reason.
Mm-hmm.
They mixed up my CDS, so that was what happened. And I took advantage of the mix-up.
The lady's name. She was like, Gladys.
Auntie Ellen.
She was like, I need to see you afterwards. I'm like, what happened? And then you were sitting right next to me. Anyway, so first, Mo, can you introduce yourself, please?
Okay, I know everybody has been hearing you call me Mo. So Mo is like an acronym for Modupe Omotesho. Understand? I work in the insurance sector in Nigeria. I'm an insurance expert, and I also own a travel and tourism business called Motesh Travels and Tours. What else? My current situation: I'm single.
Why did you have to bring your voice down because you're single?
Like, it is what it is. I'm single.
Okay.
So basically, that's everything about me in a nutshell.
Okay. So the reason why I decided I wanted to do this is because one of the things that I have noticed is that, I believe love is a universal language, right? No matter where you're from, no matter what country you're from, I feel like everyone wants to be loved. If love is such a universal language, why is it also the hardest? I wrote here in my notes while I was meditating. I was like, why does it seem to be the only language that no one understands? It's a universal language, but no one understands it. So what do you think we're missing?
Well, Gladys, if I say I know, that means I have solved the greatest puzzle on earth. Do you understand? For me, there is no manual to love. You can find love in hopeless places. You can find love when you least expect. Do you understand? And I always tell people there is no age to love.
Do you believe love is a scam?
Yes, I know.
Why yes?
Not a scam. I won't say it's scam per se. But what I would say is that I feel love is, in my opinion, love is a smoking gun. It just depends on the person holding the gun.
Okay.
It just depends, and it takes two to tango. You might love one person and the other person is not in love with you. Not that he does not want to be in love with you, or the other partner does not want. Maybe they've not just gotten there yet. So
I was having a conversation with someone yesterday, and she kind of said the same thing, that a lot of times maybe one person is already ahead of the other person. So would you say it's a miscommunication then? So when we meet someone, should we just be like, okay, what are you looking for? Right?
Well, as I said earlier on, there is no manual to this thing. There's no manual. There's no manual to this thing.
Okay, now let's make it personal for you, okay? Because I'm tired of your no manual. Let's make it personal for you, Mo. Do you, based on your experience, do you think love is a scam?
No.
Okay.
I have loved. And personally, have I been loved back at that same level I've given love and I've loved? For the opposite sex, no. Okay. But for my friends, yes. Okay. Do you understand? For my friends, yes. And people have loved me, guys have loved me, but I wasn't there yet to love them.
And then the ones that you loved, they were not there to love you?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. And I tell, as you said earlier on, that I said that we should wait. I really don't have an answer to that. But what I know is that a friend of mine is always telling me something, that once there is a click, once something is yours, when there is a click, you would know. It's easy. It comes easy. Do you understand? But no, at
Mm-hmm.
times, no, we women, we are driven by our emotions. At least the majority of us are driven by our emotions. And, when a guy, shows you care, when a guy just shows you attention, we tend to, get carried away. Do you understand? Okay, I'm talking
Yeah.
about myself at times.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe me then, but not me now.
Right.
Me then, but not me now. Me now, I'm more emotionally mature to know that, telling me more, how are you, have you eaten, does not mean you love me, does not mean you care for me.
Right.
Do you understand? You calling me, because there's some guys that are professionals that they know how to love bomb a girl, just give her that attention
at the beginning.
Exactly. So don't get carried away. So right now,
sorry to cut you off. I feel like maybe, do you think that men know that we women, we just want to be loved?
They know.
And we're looking for
They know.
attention. Because why is it that, you just made a good point, at the beginning, they always know the right things to do. And then once they feel like they have you, it's like, well, I don't have. So do you think, so how would you, based on your experience, how do you handle dating now?
I just learned to control my emotions.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to use the word I've mastered. I have mastered that act of, controlling my emotions when it comes to guys. I don't really want to use that word because that now makes me emotionally unavailable. So emotions, you need them and you don't need them at the same time. So it's like a card. It's like you playing a card. Like you should know when to, play your class card, to withdraw it back, to play. Mm-hmm. And for me, I've learned on how to love myself. Do you understand? So I meet a guy right now, we're in talking stage. I would leave you at that talking stage till you are ready to get to the next level it comes from.
So I have a question now. So what I believe what you're saying is that, so when you meet a guy now, you wait for him to lead.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Not lead. No.
I'm talking about lead in terms of where the
I know what I want.
Is going.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
because
that's what I mean by
hunters.
Yeah.
Yes. Because guys are hunters. When they see what they want, they go for it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand? That at least life, at least I'm in my 30s now. I can say at least I know a little. Guys are hunters. They see what they want, they go for it. And as you said, once they now get what they want, so how do you maneuver that? That now has to do with individuals. Some guys will have bombed you for 2 weeks. Some guys will have bombed you for 3 months. The longest the guy has.
Sorry, I want to ask the question because I feel like in a way this question would answer your question that you just asked. Is what then is your opinion on choosing a partner or who to even give attention to? Because that's another key. Like, we shouldn't give attention to everyone. Mm-hmm. So even when a guy, like for me, I'm very strict with giving out even my number. And we've had conversation about that. Like, because I feel like once you give your number, you've opened this door that it's hard for you to close unless you block. And, so I don't want to go through that. So this is a question. How do you even choose? Do you have a standard on who you give your numbers to?
Obviously.
Or if any guy comes...
Obviously.
But okay, so what is your standard?
So that means if a riffraff, if an agbero,
of course you won't give your number to a riffraff.
No. Of course there is a standard.
We're talking about guys that look good, because there's some guys that look good that they still don't need to get your number. So I'm not talking about. Of course, we're not following riffraffs and agberos. I'm talking about, do you have a standard?
Of course, I have a standard. Every girl has a standard.
So what guys would you not give your number to, and you'd be like, boy, bye?
Okay, for me, it kind of depends. It depends on my mood. It depends.
Do you ask questions? Wait. Do you do interviews before you? I interview before I give numbers. Are you married? Do you do that?
Of course. Are you married? Okay. That's number one question. And me, okay. No, that's number one question. And because of my genotype, rotation gets to like the first, maybe we've passed the first week. The second week, playful, I'm already asking, so what's your genotype? Because we have the carriers of the sickle cell in us, we need to be careful. I had this neighbor that said so much. Oh, hell no, I cannot date my neighbor. Oh, hell no, I cannot have anything to do with someone that is not a graduate. But guess what? She fell in love with our neighbor. With our
Wait,
neighbor.
two neighbors.
Two neighbors.
Girl, were they bored?
I have no idea. But I just know they fell in love and they're about to get married.
Well, how do they? Anyway, because how do they know it's love? What if it's just because you're seeing the person?
No, it's love. It is love. Because guess what? The girl has moved out.
Oh, but he's still there.
He's still there. And
I
they're
hope
still
no
together.
new neighbor came.
Gladys.
So how would you if the guy said, can I get your number so I can call you sometime maybe next week and maybe we can go out for lunch or dinner? What do you think?
Now, it depends on my mood. For example,
Girl, I don't like that mood thing. What do you mean?
that is the thing, but it's the truth now. It's the truth, Gladys. I'm
So
not gonna
tell
lie
me
to you.
different moods. How would you know you're ready?
I would know. Maybe if there's a miraculous connection.
You would know.
Yeah, I would know.
So even though right now you're single by choice, are you still like kind of like looking?
My dear, I always go back to the Bible. Bible says watch and pray. There's nothing I want to talk about that I cannot put God into it. Watch and pray. Do you
So your
understand?
eyes is still watching.
Yes, and I'm praying and I'm watching. I'm praying. I'm watching. Naeem, a guy walks up to me, and I'm not gonna lie to you. A guy walks up to me and I say, hi,
Oh, you're
Mo.
so annoying. I'm watching. I'm great.
Yeah.
Continue. But I'm
You know, a guy walks up to me.
So I want to read a Bible verse, and it's in Ephesians 5:22 to 25. And this is the NIV version. It says, wives, submit yourselves to your own husbands as you do to the Lord. For the husband is the head of the wife, as Christ is the head of the church, his body, of which he is the Savior. Now, as the church submits to Christ, so also wives submit to their husbands in everything. Everything. The Bible didn't say something, so let's stop there. Do you think this is possible? Like
No.
when it says, wait, girl, wait now. When it says everything, because see, ask you, bank accounts.
No.
Let me finish now.
Okay.
Okay, just answer the question.
No.
Why is it not possible?
It's not possible because we are human beings now. Come on. You cannot know. You see, look, life has taught me that yes, am I going to be submissive to my husband? Yes, I will be submissive to my husband, but not in everything. I'm sorry. I'm my own person.
Why?
I'm going to submit to you. You know, I will submit to you.
Well, that's
But
not, well, according to the Bible, it's not submission if you're still hiding stuff.
And me, I'm not a saint. I'm not a saint.
Okay.
You're asking for my own personal opinion. Me, I'm going to submit to you, but
So
not
what
in
are things?
everything.
What are things?
I am not going to
What things
submit.
would you submit?
What things else will I submit again? Everything minus, I don't know. Maybe because I've not found that guy that will make me submit everything to him yet. So I still cringe when I hear that. You know, for crying out loud, I've been an independent woman for how many years? I've been living alone. So for me to invite someone to in my space and for me to allow you to lead, God should prepare that man for me that I have to trust. Because right now, once I have trust issues, but hey, submit everything. I know that guy must be the best guy. I don't think it's possible. You submit your bank account, how much you earn, every couple is entering your account. You'll be telling him. You'll be aware of
It's
it.
not like he'll be aware. Like in the US here, what a lot of people do, they have like a joint account, and then the joint account you can choose to your paychecks, right? From the man's job, from the woman's job, it goes into the joint accounts directly. So everybody knows how much everybody is making. And then what they do is that they schedule payments every month. That okay, out of the money that we're both making, he puts this in his personal account, she has her own personal account, and then from that joint account they pay the bills, they go on vacation together. But at least maybe he has like maybe 30% that he takes from it and he keeps Like the wife doesn't need to know what he's doing with that money, and then the wife too, he doesn't need to know what she's doing with that money. Is that
I'm
something
glad.
that you would consider?
I'm glad you used the word in the US. They would
Okay.
humble you. It's not something I would even advise any woman to do here in Nigeria. Do you want to have a joint account with your husband? Yes. Would you state the amount that, okay, from me, this is the amount I'm going to be putting into the joint account? So it's from that joint account, we do vacation, when we want to buy a house together. Yes, from that joint account. But my own earnings, no, I cannot do that. I'm sorry. But can we have a joint account? Yes, we can. You would know the amount I'm putting there, and that account, both of us are responsible for it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get? Yes, of course. But when are they doing for you, US? No, if you work like that for Nigeria, impossible.
So now let's go to the second part. Husbands, love your wives just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her to make her holy, cleansing her by washing with water through the word and presenting her to himself as a radiant church, without stain or wrinkle or any other blemish, but holy and blameless. In this same way, husbands, you ought to love your wives as your own bodies. He who loves his wives loves himself. Do you think men of today are living up to this expectation that the Bible has said we should?
Some men. Some, yeah.
Yeah,
not
true.
all obviously, but some men, yeah.
I agree. The question is, do you believe, which we started this question ahead, do you believe God should be a part of our decision when it comes to choosing who to marry?
Yes.
So how would you know God is part of the decision?
Okay, I was talking to a close friend of mine, and
why are you smiling?
Because she had to be the person I was talking to. I think I'm you told me to pray. More pray. And ask him to pray too. And from his answer, you would know. And he went on beautifully. And I remember when I told him that, you know what, I think we need to pray before this thing goes further. And he said, and his reply was, yeah, I agree too. I think we actually need to pray. And that, for me, that was beautiful.
I mean, just hearing it is so beautiful. because I feel like we spoke, we're always talking, and we always talk about how the foundation of anything is what determines if it's even going to last. And we've been in situations where we know the foundation wasn't really based on God. And I feel like a lot of people always say, oh, I believe God should help me pick a partner. But like, what are you doing that involves God? Like, he's not just going to jump in there and make decisions.
You have to invite him.
You have to invite him in.
Yeah.
And then you have to also be open to the person to let them know that, hey, this is me. So I'm so glad that it worked out. And I hope you guys can actually follow it through. And I pray God, gives you guys an answer. And I know God will be so excited that, oh, wow, people are finally calling me in. Because nobody calls him for anything, Anyway.
Except money.
Except we're in trouble. So anyway, last question is, I'm trying to rephrase it the way the Holy Spirit told me. He said, most times, we want a partner to give us what we can't give to God. Now, hear me out. I think we've spoken about the 5 languages of love, right?
Yeah.
Where they say quality time, service, words of affirmation, gifts,
self-service. Yeah.
And it was like almost like the things we crave for in a partner, like God has to bend us to even get those things. We're already missing the main owner of love, which is God. And then we're trying to look for somebody to give us what we don't even give to him. Is that not selfish?
So guys, if you say that, if you say this, what about these people that do not know God and they find love? What about pagans that find love? What about atheists that find love?
But we can't compare ourselves to them.
No. Wait, listen. It's about the principle. Love is not selfish. I don't want to contradict myself because of the submission thinking. But one thing I know is that love is not selfish. Love is not wicked. Love doesn't judge. That the greatest love, is you can sacrifice yourself for somebody. Just the way Christ sacrificed himself for us. Do you understand? So, have I loved like that before? I was me of before. I would sacrifice myself for friends. I would sacrifice myself for my family. I would sacrifice myself for my partner. But it hurts at that time when you realize that you're not getting that love back. I am not God. God can give you the love. Jesus Christ can give you the love and not receive it back. As in, because he knows that maybe because he's the seer of all, maybe he knows eventually he will receive it. But hey, I'm human. Do you understand? So what I give you, even though I don't even match up to it, at least you need to give it to me back. So I feel it's the manipulation of the devil, manipulation of some narcissists that feel that you can give to me, but you should not expect it back from me. I don't believe in that bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't believe in that.
There's no cursing.
Sorry. I do not believe in that because a lot of people say, you know, they do your own for God. I don't understand why you needed help from. Why didn't you go to God to go and ask him for help? Why you needed someone to talk to? Why you not go meet God? Why you come meet me? Because human beings are selfish.
Would you ever take an ex back?
That's a deep.
Yes or no?
There's no straight answer to that.
Would you take any of your exes back?
Any of my exes back? No.
Okay.
No. My own, no.
Okay. Well, I think we've had a very good conversation. This was really good. This was good. This was good. You know, I always enjoy when we talk, so this was really good. I hope we can have more conversations soon.